It's 7 o'clock. All right, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is the regularly scheduled meeting of the Saugus Zoning Board of Appeals. My name is Peter Rossetti Jr. I'm the acting chair tonight. Our normal chair, Tom Travers, unfortunately had an accident and can't be here. Our other board members, Stephanie Romano, Chris, John Powers, and Bob Northrup.
And it's John Cannon.
Oh, I'm
It's
sorry.
okay, we've had a long day. No problem whatsoever.
It has been a long day. Okay. Reason you're here is because you want to do something with your property, or you want to prevent someone from doing something with their property because it violates the zoning rules. Zoning is for safety purposes. You could be here for a special permit. A special permit is when you want to do something that's in conflict. You could be here for a variance. A variance is a dimensional issue, or you could be here for an appeal against the building inspector. All the board members have been asked to view the properties, and provided we have sufficient information, we should be able to make a decision this evening. We act rather informally. We will ask people to come to the podium to speak, because that way they can be heard. This is being recorded, okay? So at some point, your friends may tell you they saw you on TV. Okay, before we get started, we're gonna ask everyone to please be sworn in if they intend to speak. So please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear the statements you make herein are true to the best of your knowledge and your free act and deed? Please say I do.
I do.
Okay, we'll consider you all sworn. Okay. At the end of the hearing, assuming that we make a decision, the clerk, Stephanie, will have 14 days to put together the transcript of the meeting. There's an appeal period of 21 days after that. At the end of the 21-day appeal period, you can get a copy of the decision. You can take it to the Registry of Deeds, get it recorded. The registry has moved now. It's in Beverly instead of Salem. And once you get it recorded, you bring it back to the building inspector. Assuming everything's in order, then you get a building permit. Okay? Okay, if there are any questions, Stephanie is an excellent resource. She can give you all the information you need. Let me just make sure that everything's done. We follow the agenda as it's been printed in the newspaper. There will be a change tonight because the first hearing, which was petition of trunk space, they have asked to withdraw, so there's no first hearings. Then we'll follow the other agenda. Okay, board members see the property, decision 14 days, gets stamped, appeal, okay. Okay. Okay, does anyone have any questions? Noting none. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot. Forget everyone
Thank you,
stand,
Chris.
please. Chris, could you please lead us to the Pledge of Allegiance?
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. Thank you, Chris. Okay. First item on the agenda, petition of trunk space. You should in your packets have received a letter saying that they asked to be dismissed. So that's out. Okay.
Great. Mr. Chairman, do we have to vote on that?
I don't believe we have to because they asked to withdraw. If you want to have a vote, we can have a vote.
Okay with me?
All right. Someone make a motion?
So moved.
So moved to allow withdrawal. Second?
Second.
Okay, motion made and seconded. Any discussion? Noting none. All those in favor? Say aye.
Aye.
Okay. Anyone opposed? Anyone abstain? We did it. Okay, moving on. Okay, Rich, we gotta take in order, so shouldn't be long. On the petition of Augustino Luongo, Care of Concord Property Management, owner of property at 910 Broadway, Lot 32, Plan 1029, requesting a variance to revamp an existing pylon sign to be more uniform and modern. It will not exceed the existing square footage.
That would be me.
Okay, what's your name, please?
My name is Jim Withrow. Thanks for being here. I own All About Signs. I'll be revamping the sign if you give me permission. I'm here for Concord Property Management, who manages the property. And as you're all from here, you know it's the ugliest pylon on Route 1. And one of them. All right. Well, I hope to make it a little nicer. I did 880 Broadway, which is just past that, the Bradford carpet. I did that one. This one's going to look pretty similar to that one. And we already did the base with the brick and nice stone on it because it was just a big clump of cement, concrete. So to cover it up, it looks nice now. And now all that's left is the
panels.
The panels, yeah. It's going to be. They're going to be single-faced, right against the poles, and a nice topper with halo lettering and numbers for the address.
Okay. How's it gonna be lit?
LED illumination, internal.
Okay. Okay, and normally we request that an hour after the business is closed, the sign be on a timer so it shuts off. Is that a problem?
I don't think so.
Okay.
You're the boss.
Okay. Okay. And the overall size of the sign is not changing?
Not changing.
The height is still the same?
When I did the rendering, I made sure everything was.
Okay.
It can't go any. Didn't want it any higher. I just said work with what you got, and we just made the slats. Right now, one's 6 feet high, one's 3 feet high. It just looks terrible. So they're going to be all the same, as you can see in the pictures, and yeah, and we'll just plop the topper right on top, and we're done.
Okay. No flashing lights or anything
No
like
flashing
that?
lights, no electronic reader board,
Okay.
no.
Okay. Other board members, anyone have any questions, comments?
Yeah.
I have no
Straightforward.
Just one question. Did you say
Chris?
the address part was gonna be lit up as well?
Yeah, halo lit, so it'll be
But it's another line?
just on, the lights will be shining around each
Yeah.
letter and number. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, it looks like it might actually even provide a little bit better visibility with the bottoms open.
The
Yeah.
bottom is over, right? I made sure that happened. You made me do it for Augustine's Plaza way back when.
Yeah.
Not that anybody pulls out, not anybody can pull out from there, but
Yeah.
I just did it just because I knew someone was going to ask me that.
Okay.
All right, that's all I have.
Okay. No, any other questions from the board?
I have-
Okay, is there anyone in the audience who wishes to speak or be recorded either in opposition or in favor? Going once, going twice, 3 times. Okay. Board members, we have a motion to close?
Motion to close the hearing?
Second?
Okay, motion made and seconded. Okay, who would like to read it in? Chris?
On the
Sure.
petition of Augustine Longo, care of Concord Property Management, owner of the property at 910 Broadway, lot number 32, plan number 1029, requesting a variance to revamp an existing pylon sign to be more uniform and modern. It will not exceed the existing square footage. Make the motion to approve the variance, given the shape of the sign on the land.
Okay. Okay, and any conditions?
Not to exceed the current size.
Okay, what about turn off after?
And, yes, thank you. And to turn off 1 hour after the close of the retail store.
When the last business in the place closes, just have the timer turn it off after that. Okay. Okay,
Would that be the panels? Shouldn't the address stay?
the address should stay, the panels turn off,
Okay, thank you.
okay?
Yep.
Okay, You've heard Mr. Riley's
I
motion?
second Mr. Riley's motion.
Okay, motion made and seconded. Okay, non-debatable. Any, okay, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Anyone abstain? Congratulations, you're done.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
Thanks a lot.
Okay, Stephanie, you got name and address and all that? Okay, Rich, you're up. Okay, on the petition of Heidi Hashem, owner of property at 277 Lincoln Avenue, Lot 91, Plan 3007, seeking a special permit to remove an existing home and rebuild a new 1,502 square foot split entry home and a variance for a pre-existing 9,909 square feet, calculated square feet, where it is deeded at 10,000 square feet and 10,000 is required. Okay, Rich?
Mr. Chairman, members of the board, for the record, Attorney Richard Magnan, 194 Central Street, Saugus, representing Heidi Hashem, the owner of the property, was here this evening. As the chair has recited the purpose of the application for a special permit to alter a pre-existing non-conforming structure and for a variance as to the conflicting 9,909 square foot calculation done by Dave Dwyer's plan, and the recorded plan from 1925 and shows 10,000 square feet. The assessor's plan, the new one shows 9,300, the old one shows 8,900. So to just address any confusion with that, we added the request for the variance on the size lot. The application package which you received showed an existing conditions plan by Dave Dwyer, a certified plot plan with a table, which I'll refer to in a minute, regarding zoning. Architectural plans, the new assessor's map, the old assessor's plan, the 1925 recorded plan, and the deed into the present owner as far as the present occupants, Heidi's two aunts have resided in the property, and the property has been in the Mallet family name, or ownership, for 80 years approximately, and Yvonne is 90 and Aunt Rose is 95. So
Okay.
Heidi has bought the property, moved in to help them out. The purpose of this new structure is to make it more user-friendly for both the owner and her aunts. Looking at the certified plot plan, the table to the right indicates existing conditions, required conditions, and proposed. All of the setbacks will be in conformity or in excess of minimum requirements, except for the frontage setback, which is now 5.8 square feet, feet, is now going to be 21 feet. So we're bringing the house into more conformity than it currently exists. The conditions of the property are such that, and I'll let Heidi speak to that in a second, on the house, are such that, given the age of the house, the assessor's card indicates the house was built around 1800. So, as you would expect, there are significant problems. The reconstruction, or the new construction, will incorporate retaining part of the foundation wall to the rear. Other than that, Heidi, why don't you introduce yourself, say your name and address.
Heidi Hashem, 277 Lincoln Ave. Hello, everyone. So the plan for the new home is really because of my two aunts in the conditions that are in their home right now. The home is the foundation's collapsing. It's, when you go into the house, you could see like the hutch in one of the rooms is like leaning to the, right, and in another room, there's another small hutch and it's leaning to the left. So there's a lot of definitely foundation issues. Everything's very small upstairs and narrow. One aunt can still make it up the stairs, but she's gonna need eventually like a walker or a cane. And then the other aunt, Ann, who's the 95-year-old aunt, is now living in the dining room area with the hospital bed. And we don't have a bathroom downstairs that has a shower. So she needs assistance in that sense. She has a commode for at night because the route to the bathroom that is downstairs with, just a toilet, it's a lot for her. So she has the commode, she has the hospital bed, and so it's kind of awkward. It's in a sinking room that is sinking. So that's one of the main reasons why I'm here tonight, is because the house is definitely old. Let me see. The basement has water that kind of like runs through it. It's all dirt. There's no foundation at all in the basement. And there's an old attic that's really not livable space at all. So like where I am right now, it's the room it's musty. There's some type of smell. And same thing when you walk in the house, you can smell like sometimes dampness. So those are some of the things that, had pushed me to come here. Also, the things that we will do is, mobility aids. We're hoping to make, an ADU bathroom so that my aunt can, with her walker, Ann has a walker, and it's pretty big, and it doesn't really, when she goes to the bathroom, she puts it to the side of the bathroom and still kind of walks in. So it's really difficult for her in that. And, we're going to do some well-lit areas, definitely, the hallways, like little bit wider doors, maybe for their bedrooms. Just enough, like, 'cause now the doors are like this. The old-fashioned, you can't even take furniture out of there. I don't even know how. I've been trying to, clean some of the stuff out and move things around, so I've got to know the house very well. Is there any questions? I think that's...
Considering the house is approximately 200 years old, in those days when they built houses, they used rocks for the foundation. It wasn't cement. So you've had water probably flowing through the house for 200 years. It's understandable that there would be some issues. As of right now, you're bringing the house into conformity, which is a good thing for everyone. You're improving it for the community, which is a good thing. We have, I think, the overall height. Everything seems to match up. Other board members, are there any questions, comments?
I think it's fantastic.
Yeah, I think it's fantastic too. I just had a couple of
Sure.
questions. The existing garage, is that gonna come out? What does it
Yes,
say?
yes, the garage. In the garage would actually be on the opposite side.
Yep, okay, saw that. And what about the retaining wall? Is that gonna stay, or is it gonna change a little? You gonna
I
have the same
think-
path up?
I think that's gonna I think the retaining wall would stay, but it says we're gonna go 21 feet forward, so I don't know what the path will look like up.
Okay.
But definitely, I think that if construction allows it to stay, I would think that would stay, or we need to have one. Continue to have one.
Yeah, it's not a condition for, I'm just asking out of curiosity, because I know so your driveway into the garage is gonna be on the other side now.
Yes,
And you'll, presumably you're still gonna have a path up to the front door. one or the
Yes.
other. And it's a new construction, so that whatever foundation's there is coming out, it's gonna be entirely new.
yes, and then you're gonna raise the foundation.
Perfect. That's all I have for you.
Okay. Anyone else, any?
Yeah, would the garage be staying?
No, the garage was, no, we're gonna have,
The garage is leaked.
yes, that is, probably older than the house. It's really not great.
Okay. And downstairs, you got 2 bedrooms and a kitchenette. That's where your aunts are gonna stay?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
So they'll enter through the garage, That would be their entrance to the garage.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, and the house itself, it's presently a one-story, is it, or one family?
It's a one-family.
So it's gonna stay a one family?
It's gonna stay a one-family.
Okay. Okay. Anyone else, questions, comments? Okay,
Comment is it's great to see people coming in, investing in the property, improving the neighborhood. I think it's a great addition.
I look forward to it.
okay. When, we're gonna get to the audience just a second, but, when do you anticipate starting the project, in the spring?
As soon as I can.
So we can- Okay. Okay. All right, if there's no other questions, is there anyone in the audience who wishes to speak or be recorded? Okay, please come to the podium. If you could give your name and address, please.
Absolutely. Good evening, everyone. My name is Selena Jakubovic, and I live in 263 Lincoln Avenue, so I'm your neighbor.
Okay?
While I'm okay with what's happening, I do have some questions. It's more about the construction and just my living situation.
Sure.
So I have a few questions for you guys. I'm not sure if it's for you or for you, Heidi. So I'll go ahead and then you guys can answer as you wish. I believe the answer was given to me already, but is this going to be a full extraction of the whole house, or are you just fixing it? So is the whole thing going to be demolished, or are we
Yes, it's
just?
gonna be a tear down,
Okay,
because the house is, it's not livable. There's no
Okay.
foundation, we need to put a foundation in so that it's actually one level.
and then you mentioned that the garage will be removed. Will anything be in place of the garage, or will the house still be in the same exact location?
So basically, the garage will be gone.
Okay.
And the garage is actually gonna be on the opposite side of where you live.
Okay,
So there'll be probably just land, like, grass
okay,
on the side where your fence is.
all right. But then, in terms of where the physical house is, it'll still be in that same spot?
But set back further because of the variance in the law. You
Got
have to
it.
push it back.
Okay.
Chris, could you show her? Yeah. That might give you an idea.
Got it.
That's what I like.
So this is, which one is this is the new photo?
Yes, so you'll see that the garage is on the opposite side of where it is now.
But you'll still, so this whole thing will be gone and you're gonna create a
So
whole
that, the
new.
bottom part is actually where the aunts will live. So that's like a split, and that's like what, so that will be the back of the house.
This is the back of the
Yeah,
house?
yeah.
So where's the, I guess where the,
Hard
right
to see
now,
that.
right, where the entrance is right now,
So
where the
these-
steps are, where they usually go
Yeah.
in, or I guess the front of the house. Will that still be the entrance, or is that,
Yes, the front
Okay.
of the house will still be, I'll enter through the front of the house.
so you'll still enter through the front of the house? Okay, so I guess you'll enter through the front of the house. Does that mean they'll still live there and
Yes.
you'll also live there?
Yes.
Okay, all right. So there'll just be 3 residents in
Yes.
the house. Okay, all right. Date and time of this, you mentioned as soon as possible. Will we know exactly when you will start the project?
That might be an answer for the board to do.
Okay.
Another notice go out.
There's certain waiting times that are
Okay.
involved. 14 days for us to have our decision finalized. There's a 21-day appeal period after that.
Got it.
So you're looking at approximately,
About a month.
yeah, a little over a month.
Got it.
And obviously, it'll depend on weather and other conditions. But the plan, I think, is to try and start it this year.
Okay. All right. It sounds like a very long project, so I'm assuming it will take several months, maybe even years. Is that correct?
I don't think it's gonna take years, you have to put, because when you go to the bank, you only have a certain amount of time.
Okay,
So it could be a year or less.
okay.
Depending on how quick the people that we're gonna hire for the tear down, if they can do it right, like, before winter time, they could tear it down in the winter, this thing will be built. It don't take long to build a house anymore.
No.
Go look at that house over
Yeah,
there,
yeah.
with the old cleaners.
But it may not be
Yeah.
able, you may not be able to come down in the winter, it depends when the weather comes and how quick they can,
Makes
we can
sense.
do the process.
So,
with the 21
Is
days.
it going to be a modular home?
No,
No, stick
Stick
built?
built?
yeah. It is-
Especially on that mountain, you don't want to demolish it.
all right, so I guess just thinking about how this will impact my family. So I do understand that, of course, like, there has to be changes done. It's just in terms of the construction itself, the noise, if there are any electrical happenings, any destruction. So we have all family members that work from home remotely. There are situations with us working on Zoom, so we are live on Zoom. We talk to all of our colleagues in corporate offices, and there is the concern about the noise, as well as potentially things like losing Wi-Fi, not being able to talk. We're presenting like this right now, and then turning off a call. That's very important, where you're the decision maker in a call, like I am in the company that I work for. What will happen if something occurs in terms of like that? So like if there's anything that impacts me both in that type of a situation where the noise is too loud, are there going to be remedies against that?
What I would suggest is that you two talk and reach some kind of an agreement, how you're gonna do that. In general, the hours of operation would be between 8 AM and 4 o'clock PM, okay? In general, again, the noise should not be at a volume level that inside your house it should affect things. You know, will you be able to hear it? You can probably hear traffic now. If you're well insulated, maybe you don't. But I would think that would be the same thing with this. There could be periods of time, for example, if they're tearing the place down and they have a piece of heavy equipment there, that it could be noisy for a period of time. But if you can coordinate with your neighbor and say, gee, I have an important call on Tuesday, you know, can we try to schedule things so it doesn't interfere with that? I'm sure you can work something out.
Got it. Then I guess on the similar note, let's say there is this construction happening and, you know, something falls in my backyard
Yeah.
or something hits my car. Like, obviously, it's not my neighbor's fault. It's the construction worker's fault, or maybe it's just a natural thing that happens when you're fixing a home. What will happen? What do I need to do? And do I have, you know, will I be able to get somebody to come either fixing my fence or fixing something?
Okay.
Is there a
In
situation
general,
like that?
in order to get a building permit, the, either the owner of the property or the contractor will have to show that they have liability insurance.
Okay.
And if something were to happen in your property, again, it has to be fact specific. But if, I don't know, something falls over onto your property, you can certainly make an insurance claim for it. Again, most contractors prefer that that doesn't happen, and they will try to take precautions for that. But you do have recourse in the event that something happens.
Got it, okay. Let me see. Because I asked about how long it will be. I think that is all I had. And then, I guess this is also, might be more of a question for you, Heidi, but we weren't informed about this. So I know you mentioned like speaking to your neighbor. I think the biggest concern is from me of, you know, being informed about what's happening in my mother's and father's home. So I do want to just make sure that there is courtesy. I know I mentioned phone calls and such, but getting in our driveway, making sure that we're aware of when the start date is will be important for us. It's not just, you know, making sure that the debris and stuff, of course, like I know that that's, again, something that we'd have to talk to our insurance and making a claim if something does happen. We do not want that to happen, but we do want to get informed if there is construction, if something is going to be in terms of electricity turned off, or if there needs to be excessive construction workers there. We would like to be informed about that, just because My parents don't speak English that very well, and I need to translate and be there to help translate for them. And if I'm not there, it will be a very big concern because it doesn't seem like the right thing to do. And, of course, I'm here speaking on behalf of my parents, but I do want to make sure that their livelihood is also safe during this. So I just do want to just quickly call that out because that's the biggest concern, that the reason why I'm here on behalf of them. And I do want to just express that concern first and foremost.
Okay. I would suggest before the project starts, physically starts, that the two of you maybe sit down over coffee and reach some agreements as to what each of you can do.
Sure.
Okay, try to work together. Okay. Anything else you'd like to bring up?
I believe that's it.
Okay. Okay, is there anyone else in the audience who wishes to speak or be recorded? Going once? Going twice? Okay, third time. No one. Okay, board members, do we have a motion to close?
Motion to close the hearing.
Second?
Okay, motion made and seconded. Who would like to read it in?
I'll do this, Peter.
Okay,
On the petition of Heidi Hashem, owner of property at 277 Lincoln Avenue, lot number 91, plan number 3007, seeking a special permit to remove an existing home and rebuild a new 1,502 square foot split level home. Grant the permit that it will be no more detrimental to the neighborhood.
okay. Do we have a second? Okay. Okay, so the special permit, no more detrimental. We'll vote on that first. You ready for the vote? No comments or anything? Okay, all those in favor of the special permit for 277 Lincoln Ave, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Okay, anyone opposed? Anyone abstained? Noting none. Okay, moving on. Variance.
Variance for a pre-existing 9,909 square foot calculated square foot lot where it is deeded at 10,000 square feet, and 10,000 square feet is required. Grant the permit and again on the grounds will be no more detrimental to the neighborhood.
Okay, and the topography of the
And
area.
topography of the area, and that it remain a one-family home.
Okay. Okay, do we have a second?
Second.
Okay, second. All right, no further discussion? All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Anyone abstain? Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you very much, good board.
Thank you.
All right, you're all set?
Good luck.
Okay, you do not have to leave unless you want to. We do have another matter to discuss. Okay, board members. I don't know if there's a game on tonight or anything, but I think there's a movie. Something about a dog. Anyway, we have been informed that there is going to be a 40B filed. Has it actually come in, Stephanie? Okay, so it actually has come in. There's a requirement that 40Bs, you have to have a hearing set up within a certain time frame. I believe 30 days. But because we're going into the holiday season and because there are certain issues, we're going to try and move that to January. The question is what day, because we'd like to have the 40B all by itself, no other interference. Okay. We were looking at the possibility of January, it would probably be January 7th, which is the first Tuesday in January. Okay, we have to double check and make sure that the auditorium will be available. We anticipate that this could be somewhat controversial and we potentially could have a large group wanting to attend. Okay, the Palumbo property, in case you're not aware of it, is the Holiday Inn Express on Route 1 southbound. Okay, they're talking about basically putting it in the rear of that property. Okay, I don't have the exact plans,
You
but
mean the hotel?
be kind of behind and to the side of the hotel.
Okay.
Okay, we're looking at, I believe it's 300 units. So it's a fairly large.
Just there?
Yes. It's a fairly large project, and as I said, when we've done these in the past, it tends to draw a lot of concern from citizens. People are very concerned that it may allow access from Route 1 into neighborhoods, which I can tell you right now, that's not gonna happen.
No.
But, you know, or if it does, we'll all be needing police escorts. So, that's the tentative plan. I'm also told that for the December meeting, we can anticipate having our regular chair back. And, what do we have for next meeting?
You have 2 items on the agenda. It's another sign that's just going, it's over an entrance, but it's larger than what's allowed,
Yep.
and an accessory dwelling.
Okay, so it doesn't sound like it's gonna be a bad meeting in December. Tom should be back. He's not real mobile yet, but he's getting there, and he's looking forward to the 40B, I'm sure.
And Stephanie, I actually won't be here on the 16th of December.
Correct.
So hopefully he'll be back.
Okay,
Thank you.
all right. Anyone have any questions, any thoughts?
So we have to make an arrangement for January, special meeting?
We will plan for well, there'll be the usual January meeting,
Yes.
okay, which would be January 23rd. That's the regularly scheduled meeting. The 40B meeting will be on the 7th. Once we have that meeting, then we can determine how it's gonna go from there. More than likely, we will schedule a series of meetings. The town should be supplying us with counsel. It's going to be Jesse Schumer. Some of you may know him. He works with Ted Rignanti, very good on this kind of issues. I'm not sure who it's gonna be representing on the other side at this point. But typically, 40Bs can take at least several months, if not longer. So potentially, we could be having 2 meetings a month or even more frequently, probably for at least the first part of the year, or maybe halfway through the year, depending upon how things go. Okay?
We were copied on an email thread a few weeks ago.
Yep.
That mentioned this topic, the 40B, and I think it was
Yep.
Attorney Schumer about some education on this topic. 'Cause it's
Yes.
different from what we generally handle.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be useful, speaking for myself.
Okay. 40Bs are not your standardized stuff. Normally, these kind of things, or this type of issue gets handled by the planning board, but 40Bs are the specific purview of the zoning board of appeals. Jesse is very good at this. We can certainly ask him to schedule time to explain the process.
Yeah, that would be good, because I'm not too familiar,
Yeah.
I'm not
Okay.
familiar with it at all.
Okay, it's a very lengthy process. We spend a lot of time listening, and even more time listening to the neighbors. Okay, I guarantee you, you will be hearing from a lot of Oakland Vale and that area.
People behind there.
Yes, yes.
If you excuse me, you said it was 300 units?
I think it's 300. I seem to remember that number. Okay, but again, there's the potential to negotiate some of this, so maybe it could be 200 units. We'll see when they come in. The important thing to remember is if you do not have met the current quota, and the quota, you have to have 10% affordable units, okay, in the town. So if you don't have that requirement met, then 40Bs are extremely difficult to defeat. The only way you can deal with it is you have to negotiate, and it's basically a trade-off. You say they can have this many units in return for something. There is a requirement that it has to have a minimum, I believe 15% of the units have to be what's called affordable units. To be an affordable unit, it's a very flexible scale, and the numbers will probably surprise you. The last time I sat on one, I believe for a husband, a wife, and 2 children, the income limit was somewhere in the $80,000 range. So you can be making $80,000 and living in a subsidized unit. Just goes to show how things have changed, okay? Okay, we will try to set up training. We will talk to Jesse and Tom. I don't want to take any authority or anything from Tom at this point. You know, he's very interested in this. He wants to be involved in this, and let's let him make the arrangements for now. If there is a problem, if someone either can't make a meeting or has difficulty attending training or something like that, I'm sure we can make arrangements, okay? But if you haven't sat on 40Bs, it's a whole nother world. At one point on this board, we had 4 of them before us. We had one on Central Street, the long straightaway going up to Walnut. There's another one that's on the back side of, over here on Prankers. There was,
Walmart.
yeah, kind of behind Walmart. There was another one in East Saugus going up towards, going down Hamilton Street, and it was off to the side. And there was a few others. So we've seen them, and we've dealt with them in the past. It's a lengthy process. So, anyways, anyone have any questions? No? All right.
Interesting.
All right, well, in the meantime, everyone have a happy and safe holiday. And Stephanie, since we'll be seeing you in December, I'll bring these in then. Okay, do we have a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Seconded?
Second.
Non-debatable? All those in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Anyone abstain? We're done. All right, thank you.
Thank you.